This has always been a semi-professional podcast.
Yeah, but today, not just the gloves are off, it's also the shoes. I just got here to Springfield, Missouri. It is
bubbling with excitement.
I have so much. I'm so cool. I have so many cool things to tell you. I've had a very whimsical 18 hours.
You said, Lund, I hope you didn't want to talk on this episode of the pod because I'm going to fill an hour like I filled my diaper.
First of all, I'm excited to see you.
It's been 5 days.
It's been 5 days. I told Emily last week on Sunday, I was like, I'm going to miss Lund when you were leaving. And she was like, when do you see him again? I said, Friday. And she said, shut up.
She goes, I hate you.
Yeah. You've seen me 3 times this month, but you miss Lund.
She says, what's my middle name? And you go, I'm
Lund?
excited to see Lund.
Is Lund here? Lund would know.
Yeah, Lund's middle name is Robert. Yours is
Tallent? Is your name
Oprah?
Emily Tallent? That's convenient. Yeah, we have to get through this episode. It's 4:00, which means the shows here start in about an hour.
What? Yeah, is this a sundowner town for everyone? The Purge happens every night.
We have to be indoors.
Dusk.
Yeah, if you're at work, they can't lynch you and drag you. So that's why we have to be here.
Crazy. Mm-hmm. It looks very like Pleasantville, which also had a dark secret. But yeah, everybody's like, hey, make sure you're inside when the sun goes down, or else you can get in trouble.
When the crows start blocking out the sunset, that's when you head underground, because they're hungry and you're a lot of meat on you. Yeah, this place is very quaint. Route 66 town. The guy who runs the club is literally a head wound victim. He was like roller skating in front of a bus to try and get on X'd, I think. It was pre-Tosh.0. So yeah, he was like trying to court the favor of Jamie Kennedy. So yeah, Chris Ray, shout out, great guy. We call him Crisco. You should call him Chris. That was his rap name, his DJ name.
Oh boy,
he's lived many lives and he remembers most of them. He has adult amnesia. He has Lego-based amnesia. So yes, I haven't seen you in a minute. I'm going to hold your hand through a world of hilarity.
I'm excited.
Okay.
Pin me, pay me.
Dude.
I'll be an active listener.
No, I'll be coming for hot tags. There's children in the walls here?
Roach. We are under the stairs. Yeah. We're the people under the stairs.
Yes, we're in an atrium suite, which means no windows. It's very nice. So yesterday, Thursday, in the parlance of our times, me and Emily Tallent, we go to the Lions game.
Yeah.
Because we had a big win last Thursday, sports gambling. I had some money. I was I'm going to get some Lions stick. Well, I gave you guys the parlay.
My phone was being weird. Something was up. I couldn't get in there. Oh, they suspended a bunch of bets.
Your hands were too greasy because you snuck some gravy. You were in there scooping.
I had a canoe in the gravy boat.
Yeah.
Or a paddle, not a canoe.
It was 1 for you, 2 for me. It's okay. You're good. No. Wake up. You got me.
I took a 20 milligram edible.
Did you?
No.
Well, I did last night. I took 30 milligrams.
Whoa.
I grabbed a tin. I thought there was 2 in there. There weren't. There was 3. So me and Emily have a big night. We go to Seva, which is the cool thing about Detroit is there's all these buildings. And people just open up whatever the fuck business they want in those buildings. Yeah. And then because they own a business in Detroit, they receive a medal from the governor, and like, who knows how much money in startup funds. It's called Detroit Match. So like, if you want to start a business, the city of Detroit will give you some money like down to help with your business. So Seva is a vegan restaurant that's just in what was most certainly a hookah bar. It's right downtown. It's on Woodward, and
still reeks.
It reeks in there.
Of cologne.
Yeah. There's like all these paintings of like Middle Eastern men. Like I think they're sheiks. What's the one up north in India? There's the Sunnis and the Shiites, or the Muslim contingency. Yeah. The ones with the sword. So it's just like men like standing Napoleon style with like insane head wraps and the Coptic? Biggest sword. No, Coptics are Egyptian, I believe. Okay. Anyway, it's just like brown warrior restaurant. And me and my wife were in there. And I'll tell you this about the Lions. Yesterday, before the Lions game, we went to The Post, which is like a craft store where they have a cool coffee bar in there. And we talked to one non-binary guy and 2 homosexuals. And as soon as we mentioned we're going to the Lions game, they're like, yeah, I don't like the Packers plus 3.5. I don't know. That hook's going to get you. Anzalone's not playing, and our whole D-line's busted up. Like, everyone there is a Lions fan.
Yeah, they know about it.
Yeah, we talked to this non-binary person who presents feminine, and I was like, we're going to the game. And they're like, I love the big boys in blue. Yeah, that McNeil. I got a McNeil jersey for my dad, who's like the D tackle. Like,
yeah.
It's awesome. So we go to dinner at Seva. Our waiter is comically gay. He's ridiculous, has the hilarious mustache, saunters over. I'm wearing, he literally like came over and was like, what am I pouring tonight? Because whatever you want, we got it. And I'm like, brother, I'm on 30 mils. If you could just pump the brakes on the gay train, that'd be huge. No, I didn't say that. I joined in and I was like, well, I wish I was drinking because you got a strong pitching arm. I get folksy. And I mentioned we're wearing the jerseys. Like, you going to the game? And we're like, yeah. And he's like, if St. Brown doesn't get a touchdown tonight, I'm not gonna be able to pay my mortgage. Yeah, like he's got awesome. His whole bankroll on St. Brown, which didn't hit.
No, it didn't. I tried to ride that train as well.
Yeah. I mean, there's like a 7-year-old black woman in there. She sees the jerseys, She's like, Goff better get to over 2 touchdowns or I'm not getting my medicine. And it's just the whole city has that team on their collective backs, and it's awesome. So we drive from Seva, which is near Wayne State University campus for all our Michigan listeners. Great restaurant, you should go. And Emily's like, okay, we're going to park. And I'm like, we're not going to be able to park? Like, she's like driving like just towards the stadium, just right towards Ford Field. I'm like, what do you mean we're going to park? We have to get a lot. And she's like, no, you don't know the rules. I'm like, what are the rules? So she parks like in front of an alleyway.
Yeah.
Right there on Brush Street, like maybe 3 blocks from the stadium. Mm-hmm. And she just parks in front of an alleyway. And I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, you just leave your car, you take the ticket. The ticket's $45. Parking $60 is what everyone does. And I'm like, we're going to get towed. And she's like, shut up. You don't know anything.
Shut up, country boy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pin-eyed. Allegedly, I say the word grandma like I'm from the country. Grandma.
Every time?
Yeah, because Sue's, I'll be like, Grandma, fell in the shower about Sue's. And she'll be like, oh, Grandma, listen to you, hay bale.
Huh.
Anyway.
What does she say? Grandma?
Grandma.
Nobody says grandma.
No, she probably says Grandma.
Yeah.
Because they flatten the A's.
Yeah, she's not saying grandmother.
No.
Everybody says grandma.
Right.
GRAMMA.
Right, Grandma.
My grandma did MMA.
Oh, that's cool.
She wasn't good at it.
She died of CTE.
That's how she died.
Yeah.
She's the first person to get a pile driver in an MMA
in the
fight.
Octagon.
Yeah. She didn't know where she was going, and then she got dumped on her head.
Next thing you know. It wasn't even a clean one.
She thinks she's back in Muncie. It's like, you haven't lived in Muncie since you were 7. You're a dog now, huh? And then she died.
There was a kid named Muncie in my high school.
Yeah.
His first name was not Muncie, but I have to go to my high school reunion in like 6 months, so I'm not going to use everyone's names.
Bring me.
I want to really bad. Sammy Loff and Melanie Pfeiffer would love that.
Let me go.
Yeah, they would love that. Shout out Sammy. Sammy, if we can bring Lund, put it in the group email chat that I'm not paying attention to about the reunion. But yeah, Muncie's mom like embezzled like, I don't know, $150,000 from Elizabeth High School, from the schools.
Why was there so much money?
I don't know. She like blamed the superintendent, but she was the treasurer. She like did time for this, so I'm not telling stories out of school. But I remember me and Stephen Williamson were trying to get a hold of my friend Jesse Kendig, so we called Muncie's house because we knew Kendig was spending the night there, and no one answered. And then it was the classic sitcom move where we thought we hung up, but we were really leaving a message. And it was just me and him like riffing for 15 minutes about Muncie's mom in prison, like going down on people for like Salem's and stuff. They're passing her around in there, yeah. Yeah, Chad, you'll be able to answer the phone when no one's there to do everything for you, you fat fuck. Like, it was brutal. And then we get over there, and his sister's like, you need to sit down and listen to something. Like, we get to the door, and she plays the tape.
You're like, what, there's new Limp Bizkit? What do you got? The Jerky Boys are back?
Did the Fugees reunite? Yeah, and then we just sat there like with Muncie and his mom and his sister as we listened to this. His mom was there.
Why are they not picking up the phone?
I don't know.
She thought it was the news.
But Stefan's giggling the whole time because he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was awful. And then she was like, there's a lot of allegations. And Chad's like, I don't want to be your friend anymore. And then like 3 months later, she gets, jail popped. Yeah. Anyway.
Gets the bracelets.
Anyway. So me and Emmy park the car illegally. We go to the game. And like I said.
She throws the keys to a rat in the alley.
The rat says, see you soon, sister.
I'll keep an eye on it for you.
Yeah.
We had that guy.
You want your windows licked?
My dad and I went to a White Sox game because I got like the worst tickets you can imagine for getting straight A's or something.
Yeah.
And we parked.
It was that or a personal pan pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, take the pizza. I don't have to drive if you take the pizza.
We won't share it with your sister.
I don't have to go downtown if you take the pizza. And I was like, I want to see Frank Thomas.
Yeah.
But yeah, we parked probably 4 miles away from Comiskey Park. And this fat fuck was like sitting outside of his house. And he was like, hey, I'll watch your car for $50. My dad goes, go fuck yourself. And we keep walking. And I was like, why would he was going to like watch out for the car? And he goes, nah, it's bullshit. He's going to go back inside. He's not going to watch the car.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Very good. Also, we show up where he looks at where our tickets are and he goes, we're not sitting up there. So we sat closer and
awesome.
Had a good time. I had a good time.
Your dad rules.
He probably hated it.
Yeah.
I wonder where he's at.
I don't know. Probably doing a 50-50 raffle in hell right now. He's with Frank Thomas. No, Frank's
Thomas
alive because of eugenics.
He does. He's in a commercial for eugenics. Let me finish. Before you get out your forceps to measure my skull shape.
Yeah.
It's
Before
a
you
boner
ask if I have an
pill.
extra tendon in my leg.
Yeah, eugenics. Who the
Eugenics.
fuck? Who are the ad wizards who came up with that one? Do you remember that?
know. Yeah.
That was an SNL sketch with Jerry Seinfeld.
Yep.
Nice.
Seinfeld was good on there.
That was a great episode.
Oh, speaking of Frank Thomas, Miguel Cabrera, is that the name of
He's
the
a
baseball
baseball
player
player?
for Detroit?
Yes.
He lives like near my house because we had our new couch delivered. And the guy comes over and he's like carrying an entire couch, and I'm like, "Do you need help, man?" And he's like,
yeah.
"Papi, no, I
got
don't need your help, papi." And he comes in, and I was like, "Ooh, wow, estás muy fuerte." And he's like, "Oh, you speak Spanish? Oh, you speak Spanish? The people in this neighborhood, they all racist because I don't speak good English.
Yeah.
They leave review. They say he don't speak English. I'm speaking English right now, motherfucker." Like as he's holding a couch.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, "Okay, come in."
He's
I was like,
spinning it like a basketball.
yeah. And I'm like, you're strong. And he's like, oh, yeah, man, I'm strong. And he puts his leg out and he grabs my hand and he puts it on his thigh and he says, squeeze. Like, I'm squeezing a man's leg. And he's like, I squat like 700 pounds, man. I'm strong, papi. Yeah. And then, like, I try to speak to him in Spanish and he's like, you're Puerto Rican, eh? And I was like, no, mi abuela is de Mexico. And she's like, oh, he's like, oh, okay. So anyway, he keeps having me like touch his arms and stuff. Like he like has me do this and we take a picture. It was crazy.
Did he know you from Kiltony?
No, not at all. He was just like, what do you do, man? You work on computers? And I was like, no, I'm
Why did he think that?
because
you had a
I'm
computer?
a fat guy at home in the daytime.
Yeah.
Watching him,
Yeah.
couch cuck me as my wife's in the other room.
He felt how smooth your hands were.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, computadores.
So what, do
see?
you work with pillows or something?
Oh, what do you work in the slime factory? You're smooth, man.
You must work in the blowjob factory.
Yeah.
And you're not on the floor either.
You're not using your hands.
You're in the office.
So he was fun. Shout out Alexander.
Blowjob
His brother's
factory.
going to come over and cut my hair.
You need how many blowjobs? By when? Oh God! I mean, I guess
All right.
they're not going to be
working around the cock.
They're not going to be great. They're not going to be great. But
I haven't been practicing.
we'll have them.
Come get them while they're hot.
So Manuel Cabrera.
Lives near me. And he's like, Manuel Cabrera lives in this neighborhood. Man, my brother cuts his hair. He'll come to your house and cut your hair. And I was like, no tengo mucho peludo. Oh, you speak Spanish. He kept saying that. And
He loved it.
I was like, yo hablo español, pero no escucho bien. No conozco.
Very different.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, you speak enough. Hey, when the snow clear, I come over, I do your yard. Give me a chance. He kept saying, give me a chance. It was a crazy hour in my home.
Yeah.
Give me a chance, man. I come over, I do your yard, my brother cuts your hair.
Wait, so you needed a couch for the living room?
Yeah, because I lost the
good
war.
No, the good ones are in the basement.
Yeah.
For now.
No one will ever hang out down there.
I'll hang out down there.
Yeah, you will. You have to.
I love those couches.
I do too. These new ones are pretty sick. They're really comfy.
Good.
Did I tell you about Susanna? I made her cry because she farted so hard. I told you about this.
Not on the pod.
No?
I don't think so.
This little bitch. She comes over to my house like a month ago, and she farts, and I laugh. And she's not stoked about it.
Which I don't understand. All I've heard is about how she's a cut up. She'll do anything for a laugh. Mm-hmm. So how has she not figured that part out?
She doesn't like being laughed at.
Oh, Emily said that it might have something to do with starting daycare, and then so there's that feeling where some kids laugh at somebody in particular, and she can feel the us versus that, or you can feel a little isolated.
The pack tactics. Yeah. But anyway, I laugh, and then she's like, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. And then she does it again, and I'm like, and then she turns, she's sitting on that bench in my dining room.
The farting bench.
The farting bench, the one I've talked about, pulling your pants down, sitting on the hardwood, letting it rip. It's hilarious. It's super loud. And she turns and she looks at me, and it was like an old man inhabited her body. It literally sounded... It was like if you would have farted this loud, it would have been noteworthy. And you fart loud as it is. If I did this fart, you would have been like, Jesus, chill out.
It would have been in your top 10 all time.
Yeah, it's like she's farting at a 12th grade level. But she turned, she gives me like the, the gopher look and farts. And I go, laugh really hard. And she starts crying. And then she ran upstairs. She's like, I'm going to my room. So Emmy goes up, talks to her, comes down. She's like, she doesn't like being laughed at. So if she farts, don't laugh.
The other thing Emily said.
Let me put a fucking gun in my mouth right now. What are you talking about? She farts, I can't laugh?
The other thing,
like a man. It was sick.
The other explanation that I think probably is also a part of it is that one or both grandma, not Sue's, great grandma, farts, but nobody laughs
because she's incontinent. Because she shits her pants all the
time. So it is confusing to little Susu, right? Like,
yeah,
she thinks that farts are solemn,
right?
And ignored. But
yeah, because when grandma farts, they have to pull the car over. Grandma farts, dinner's canceled. And then she turns.
If grandma farts, you have to call her doctor and get it in her chart.
Yeah, when her grandma farts, Emily boards a plane. Yeah, so Suzu thinks that farts are like a medical anomaly.
But what have you been doing with farts before this?
I don't fart in front of her. And she's never
she doesn't fart a bunch.
She's
so
like
just
farted before, but it's not. It's just like move along.
Yeah. All right.
So then we have this truce where I'm like,
learning.
I'd rather die than not fart at my niece when she looks me in the eye and it's like a baseball team came over and ate every can of beans in my goddamn cupboard and then sat on the bench for some horseplay. Like that was the fart. It was like butt ventriloquism. So we go in the basement into the art room and we're drawing on the ground. And Susanna, she would fart and then she would look at me real hard. She'd be like,
which is hilarious.
Hilarious. So
you
funny.
have to look at the ceiling.
I know, yeah, and I'm like, it's like trying not to come. It's impossible. My niece is over there like, and back to just drawing the ring on the ground. It's ridiculous. So anyway,
you gotta get her out of that school before she.
I can. Her best friend Miriam and her are homies. So anyway, me and Emily walked to the game, and like I said, we had a big parlay that hit. So I took those tickets and I bought the best tickets I could find that were reasonable. So we're in row 1, right against the field, right against the pylon.
Yeah, it looks
Thursday night
crazy.
football is like right here. We're sitting up there. It's awesome. The guy comes in behind us. His whole head and body are painted blue. He's got a stripe down the middle of his head. You know, people are losing it. Introductions happen. We're having a blast. Let me set the scene. Beside me is a woman on her phone the whole game, just looking at Facebook, just scrolling, watching Facebook.
What the fuck?
And I think that's pretty funny.
Whoa, road rage. Whoa,
Yeah.
a Karen at the golf course.
Karen at the golf. No, not even that. She's like watching like this like weird kind of like elf doctor. He's clearly a doctor who's got like smush syndrome, which is just setting the table with smush syndrome. So anyway, she keeps showing it to her husband, and her husband's like, "Yeah, that's great, honey. That's hilarious. Yeah, we should stay away from seed oils." And she's like, "Just look at the fucking video, Jim." God. I know, and he's like, and then goes back to watching the game at these tickets, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I keep telling Emily, I'm like, she's just scrolling. And Emily's like, I know, it's very sad. It makes me very sad. I'm depressed by that. And I'm like, okay. And then, out of nowhere, I hear Emily, who's sitting right here, go, "Sean?" The man painted blue behind us in a sold-out Ford Field Stadium is Hannah's ex-boyfriend, Sean.
Oh.
And he is completely blue.
He's black and blue. Hold on. Don't laugh. I hope you're laughing at a funny Facebook video that you saw.
Sean is a great guy. I like Sean. It bummed me out when they, broke up. It's none of my business. I feel like
Things happen.
But so I'm like,
Some people are attracted to adults.
not Anna though. Anna wanted a boy. She wanted a smooth boy.
I was trying to make it sound like he was a pedo.
I know, but he's not.
He's not.
I think he listens too. So Sean, if you're listening, I just want to say, bro, you being blue was maybe the greatest surprise of my life.
Sitting right behind you.
Right behind us. And Emily goes, "Sean?" And he goes, "Hey, Emily." And I turn around and I'm like, "Whoa." And he's like, "What's up, dude?" And I get up, I dap him. His brother's there,
His brother is silver.
So then Emily says, "I'm so sorry about
His brother's a lion.
His brother's a lion. Yeah. His brother's just a football. He's all brown." And Emily says, "I'm so sorry for your loss." And he's like, "Yeah, my dad actually, this was the game he picked."
Oh, I heard that.
His dad died.
Yeah.
So Sean's there with his brother in the seats his dead father wanted, just trying to enjoy, trying to get away from it all. And instead, now he's blue in front of his ex-girlfriend's sister.
And Man Mountain Rock.
Completely blue. Dude, you ever been surprised that a guy behind you is actually someone you know and they're blue?
So crazy. I'm glad you didn't tell me that because holy shit.
Crazy. Completely crazy.
Completely blue.
So then he gets up after the first quarter to go, and she's like, "Hey, let's not bother Sean and his brother. They're here. Let's, give them their privacy." And I say, "It's so funny that he's blue, right?" And she says, "Yeah, he blew himself." I lost it. I'm losing it because, it's from Arrested Development.
Yeah.
And Emily says, of course,
Only
it's from
color.
Arrested Development, And I'm like, no shit, Toots.
She feels bad because
Yeah,
she thinks
stealing
that
valor.
she's stealing the laugh.
Yeah. I'm like, I know. So then Sean comes back, and I'm just, because he's also bald. So it's straight up Tobias Funke.
Yeah.
So Sean comes back. I get the giggles because I'm high as fuck.
Yeah.
So now I'm just giggling. I'm just giggling the whole game. I got the lady next to me. Jim,
God.
look, this is what they're saying. Look,
That's
you can't have any red 40. And he's like, yeah, it's in
insane.
everything, honey. She's getting mad.
What the fuck?
The play comes down
Yeah, you
to...
can feel it.
Oh,
It's like
seething.
Yeah, it's
When we're having a
radiating
blast,
off of
we're
her.
standing up. A guy tells me to sit down. He's like, first time on the front row, you don't have to stand up. I was like, okay. He's sitting next to Emily, and I'm leaning over, trying to get on TV. I want to get on TV because all the NFL, and I'm doing this face. I'm going... Just looking insane because I think that'll be a funny...
That's what they want.
Yeah.
They want colorful characters.
So I'm having a blast. This lady's pissed. Sean's blue behind us. there's a guy who's working for the NFL Films. I point him out. He's got one arm. He's a nub guy. Emily's like, what are you saying? I was like, guy with one arm. She's like, thank you, because I always tell her where the freaks are. So whenever he's running by, Emily will go like, there he goes, it's the Nub Man. And I'm just have the giggles so bad because I can't get over the fact that I haven't seen Sean since they broke up.
Yeah.
And now he's here.
It's
and
right
he's
behind you.
Dude, he's like, what are the odds? And I'm like, Sean, I don't know, man.
It's astronomical.
Astronomical.
Ford Field is 70,000 people.
Yeah. And also the fact that we both have good seats, it's crazy. So, Nub Man's out there. At halftime, Nub Man comes up and he says, hey, Sam. And I go, what's up? What's up, dude? And he says, hey, dude, big fan. I reach down for the handshake. It's not the right arm. He reaches up, gives me the reverso. Yep. Yeah. He's like, yeah, man. I was like, go Lions. He's like, go Lions.
It's not like you couldn't tell which.
I know, but I was just like, I was one of those things where I'm talking and I hear, hey, Sam. And I'm like, oh, what's up, dude? I look down. It's Nubby. Cool guy. So then that just exacerbates the giggles. So Emily goes up at halftime. Sean's behind me. And he puts his hand on my shoulder. And he says, really wish I wasn't blue right now.
His nipples are silver.
He has a fucking arrow down the middle of his head that's all silver. Otherwise, he's all blue. I really wish I wasn't blue right now. I said, yeah, man, this must be a nightmare. And he says, yeah, this is the worst. I haven't seen you guys in forever. Here I am. I'm blue. And I was like, yeah, and figuratively, too. Your dad died. So we have a little giggle.
Yeah.
Emily comes back, business as usual. So the issue with these seats is that the pylon, the big NFL Films rig, like the 2-tiered camera rig, whenever it's within the 30 on our side, it parks literally right in front of us.
Yeah.
So we
and
can't.
You didn't get a note when you bought the tickets
No,
or anything?
no
Obstructed
idea.
view?
Nothing. But now I know why they were available and they were cheap comparatively.
For right up on the...
Dude.
Yeah, first
Can't
row.
see shit. I'm down like... And if we were sitting 2 seats to the left or 2 seats to the right, it wouldn't have been an issue at all. It's like the lady next to me on Facebook,
lady's fine.
the guy who told me to sit down, me and Emily, and the people directly behind us, including the Blue Man Group. So, fucking... The lady, when the Chapman, it's called the Chapman is the name of it, and people were like, oh, out of the way, Chapman. Move your shit, Chapman. Chapman, you motherfucker. Keep going. They would just keep yelling, keep going, move.
To the camera?
No, to the back of the camera guys, because they're filming the field. So everyone that's like blocked is furious.
Yeah.
A state trooper reaches for his gun, he's like, chill out. So the lady next to me, Facebook, looks up and she goes, ugh, I can't even see anything. She's been on her phone literally the whole time, dude.
Shit.
She hasn't seen shit. She's literally like, I see her take a picture of her and her husband and be like, having fun at the Lions game, great tickets, and then just refreshing the Facebook to see if there's any comments.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and then being like, oh, Judy liked the picture. And he's like, yeah, Judy's great. Dude, bleak as hell. And
That's like how I feel when I used to see people celebrating at like Olive Garden or Chili's. Like I'm there because I live nearby. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, your girlfriend's washing dishes.
It's just it's close, it's cheap, whatever. But then you see like a whole family there, and it's like, oh God, yeah, it makes me feel weird.
It made me feel really bad. I was trying to laugh at it because I was giggly, and Emily pointed out that no, it's incredibly sad.
Weird.
I was like, thanks, Em. Nice tag. Can't we go back to he blew himself? So then she's just bitching. Even when Chapman moves, she's bitching to her husband. Yeah. So then the whole game I hear them bitching. Sean behind me. He's blue. And then Chapman's in front of me. So that was the game. Great game. We win,
The
crazy game.
The fucking hook did indeed bite a bunch of people in the ass, including myself, including your best friend.
Yep, you got bit.
I was blue.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you were blue as hell. You blew yourself. So then we leave and we go, and there's a 40. We're walking with everyone on Brush Street. Stoked.
Fucking
Great game. Black people, white people, high-fiving. There was like a
Latino
impromptu
people.
breakdance competition with a cop and a Mexican guy, literally, like like the cops doing the robot, and everyone's like, all right, it's fun. The city's on fire. And then as we're
But not
walking-
literally.
No, on fire with conviviality and fraternity for these great Lions players. And I met Penny Sewell's brother, dude. Penny Sewell's brother was sitting like 3 seats to the left of Emily. And when we went to leave, she was in her Sewell jersey, and he's like, great. He's wearing a Sewell jersey too, and he's like, oh, great jersey, and I was like, he's the best player in football. He's all world, and he's like, he's my brother, bro, and we fucking dap it up.
Awesome.
It was awesome. Yeah, it was so cool.
You were wearing Laporta?
No, Emmy got me a Hutchinson jersey. So
97.
97.
I thought you had 87. I was like, all right, I guess Sammy Laporta's caught a couple passes.
No, I wanted either a Sewell or a Skipper or a Ragnow. I wanted an offensive lineman jersey, but she didn't get me one. Shout out Miles, our buddy with the no nipples. She went to Seattle. He hooked it up at the Nike store.
Oh, cool.
So we all got jerseys. But anyway, we're walking, and like literally everyone's like, all right, man, see you later, and peeling off tickets on their win. Everyone has a fucking ticket, and no one's pissed.
Yeah.
I just keep hearing, 45, it's $45. We would have paid more. We get to ours, 40. Emily's like, told you.
Yeah.
So, awesome.
Yeah.
We get back to the house. I copycatted you. I had a Kuato.
Oh, yeah.
Like the exact same spot. I have assist. I get home, I'm like overwhelmed. It's like 12:30. My flight leaves at like 7. I'm like, I'm not even bringing merch, Emmy. I'm not going to bring any fucking merch. I just won't make any money. No one's coming to the shows. Tickets are available. I'm not going to make any merch. And she's like, all right.
Yeah.
Chill. And then I lay down and she's like, oh God. I'm like, what? She's like, your Kuato looks bad. So I'm like trying to go to bed. It's like 1:30 a.m. at this point,
But Kuato won't shut up.
Kuato's not sleepy. Kuato's working a swing shift. He's got the graveyard. So then she allegedly
Scrubs in.
Yeah, she allegedly washes her hands, and nothing happened. She didn't do surgery on the Kuato at all. Mm-hmm. So anyway, let's do the ad read real quick, because this morning was also, you want to talk about bleak images and glimpses into people's lives. I got one for you, brother.
Well, we just celebrated Thanksgiving.
We did. It was nice to celebrate it as a unit, as a family, all together.
It was great. Yeah, we had a good time, and Christmas is coming up.
Thank God we didn't have to eat a microwave
Christmas.
meal by ourselves in our sad apartments. We were with people. Makes the food taste better.
Everything tasted great, but this time of year, there's presents to buy, holiday cards to send, and tons of errands to run.
Oh,
you don't have time to cook right now.
I don't.
Factor has you covered.
Oh, Factor.
That's right, Factor.
Factor. We didn't learn our lesson. We're back.
We're back for more. More Factor.
Yes.
Make a Factor meal in just 2 minutes. There's no prep and no mess.
Tastes better than that gun you've been polishing.
Just pop the meal into the microwave.
Don't pop the bullet in the chamber.
Or heat it in a skillet, and you're all set.
Heat it over the sink cold, you fucking freak. If you choke on it, no one will mourn you.
Sit on it.
Factor.
Warm it up by sitting on it for a while.
Yeah, make it penguin style.
While you watch Cops.
Yeah. You've been raising that kid since Sheila left. She's having fun in Cabo. Do the same thing with your meal. Factor.
They have 35 meal options each week, as well as add-on convenience items. So you'll never have to worry about running out of time to
What's
make
a
dinner.
convenience item? A single serving of sour cream, so you don't have to buy the tub because you can't control yourself?
It's going to go bad before you have nachos the second time.
Doctor said to lower the sodium and the fats. Well, sour cream's both, so pick a side.
We did enjoy our Factor meals, did we not? Yeah.
Yeah. My dad's been eating them. He loves them.
They're good.
He's a lonely widower. It's perfect for him.
They're nice because you're sad, but the meal isn't.
Yeah, the meal's warm.
The meal's the bright part of your day.
It's a belly hug, yeah.
It's not Factor's fault that you're blowing it. That you're told your boss to suck your dick. You thought that you had hung up, but you left a voicemail.
And you knew she was a victim of SA in her old job.
Saying she was a total chode. The sooner you heat up that Factor meal, the quicker you can get on Indeed and try to get back on your feet.
Oh, Factor. We're back.
You choose from 6 different menu preferences to meet your goals.
This is the only goal you have is picking a different meal.
The only goal you have right now is make it to 2025.
At fucking 12:01 on January 1st, the world's going to know your name. You think one CEO of a healthcare company is newsworthy? Wait till you get a load of me.
Well, whether your goals are to drop a couple of pounds or eat vegetarian, Factor's got your ass covered.
Thank God, man. Someone has to. It's a lonely world out there.
Head to factormeals.com/50chubby and use code 50chubby to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code 50chubby at factormeals.com/50chubby to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping while your subscription is active. Hell yeah.
Factor. Don't forget to torch the house.
Factor. She didn't take everything.
Yeah. And what she left is all you have.
Factor. The kids are going to remember you.
Yeah.
Brad's not that cool.
No. Yes, he has a sidecar on his motorcycle. Yes, he knows Will Ferrell. He did the worm at their wedding. Big deal. You set the high score on Big Buck Hunter. Don't forget about you. You know who would benefit from Factor is my Uber driver from this morning, Monty.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Car arrives at 6:20. I'm in the car. First thing he says is, fuck, we're going to Toledo? I say, no, we're just going to the airport. And he says, oh, thank God. I can't go. I can't drive in Ohio.
What's he looking at?
His Uber, just the Google Maps. Look like we're going all south. I can't drive in Ohio. Okay. Where are you going? I'm going to the airport. Yeah, but where are you going? I'm going to Springfield, Missouri. Why? I work for Boys and Girls Club of America. I hit him with that.
You love to lie.
I love to lie. I don't want to say I'm a comedian.
Yeah, it's out of self-preservation because you're sick of having that same conversation,
right?
Which can go a million different ways. None of them really good.
Also, I'm in the car for 40 minutes with this guy.
Yeah, you don't want to get wrung dry with how do you come up with your skits?
Right, yeah.
Do you know
Theo Von?
Pete Davidson?
Does Pete Davidson really have a huge dick? All the classic questions. So I say Boys and Girls Club of America. I'm going to Springfield to talk to some at-risk youths. He says, I wish I had a job that gave me some fucking purpose. I go, what? He says, yeah, driving this thing, man. I might as well be driving a fucking hearse. It's 6:25 a.m. We're not on the highway yet. So, yeah, my old boss. God, he was my best friend for 11 years. He promised me all this money. And then the money came. And where's he? He's in Port Huron counting it. In his $700,000 house. Does any money come off for Monty? Not a damn dime. Now I'm driving this thing. I can't stack up enough money. It sucks. And I'm trying to give him a pep talk now. I'm like, well, what about like a change of scenery, Like, that might be good. That's what I say. That's what I tell the kids sometimes. Is if you want to get out of your situation, the best way to do that is to go somewhere else. You could drive Uber everywhere. And he's like, no, you can do Uber Eats. But I don't like to handle food. Okay, Monty.
Not much of a food guy.
Okay. And he says, yeah, man, I did some traveling. I did some traveling in my day. I've been to Missouri. I used to do petitions. Remember that scam? I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, it was like $1 per signature. Me and a bunch of black guys from Detroit would go bother people, get some signatures. We'd be gone for like 3 months. It was crazy. It was great. It's the best time of my life. Living in that hotel with all those black
collecting
guys.
signatures on petitions. They don't even know who does what. Yeah, this one kills the kids. This one saves them. Sign both.
Sign both. It's $1 in my pocket. All it costs you is a flick of the wrist. So I'm like, oh, that sounds good. And he's like, yeah, it was good till I got sick. Like, oh, you got sick? He's like, yeah, I guess I was always sick. My dad had it. I got it. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And he's like, it's all right. I got about, he checks his watch. He goes, I got about 17 days clean. And I'm like, what? And he's like, oh, yeah, my dad, he was addicted to pills. And then when I was a kid, I would go get the pills, and my buddy would steal the pad, and it was a whole operation. And my dad had his sacrum was busted. He had like a hairline fracture. So yeah, I remember he would have me have the hammer, and I would just smack his back with the hammer until it was black and blue, so we could go in and say it was a fresh break. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah. So that got me fucking caught for like 22 years. That's what he means by getting sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
The throes of addiction.
Right. So he's got 17 days off of opiates. Oh, yeah. He also just got off his antidepressants that day.
Perfect.
And I was like, well, yeah, do you have a community? He said, I got my mom and my stepdad. God, they got patience. They really look the other way a lot. I appreciate that.
They let me get away with all kinds of shit.
They didn't care. There was no rules. Just right. It was just growing up at a fucking Arby's. And I'm like,
Outback.
I'm like, well, you gonna do
Outback? I think
Outback, sure, yeah, whatever. That's where he's living. Outback, in the garage,
behind the skating rink.
Yep. He says, yeah, Christmas is coming. I think you know what I've been doing. I've been buying a couple scratchers every day. I go to the gas station. I get my smokes.
Hook him up with Facebook Lions Lady.
I get like
They're
$2.
both so sad.
Dude, I get $2, $5 in scratchers. I'm putting them in a stocking. Christmas Day, I'm just going to sit there and I'm going to scratch lotto tickets all fucking day. And I'm like, okay.
He's buying them for himself for Christmas. Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh, and he's like, yeah, it's something to look forward to. Christmas Day, me and my scratchers. It's going to be a big pile. If I win a couple bucks, that's great. It's more about just having something to look forward to. He's looking forward to scratch off Christmas.
Oh, no.
Isn't that the saddest fucking thing you've ever heard? And he's not saying it with an ounce of irony. He's telling me, hey, Christmas is coming.
It's not all bad. Life's a fucking hell of a ride, but, every now and then there's some stuff that makes you stick around.
It's like I'm on fucking roller skates and the whole world's greased. But I got one day. Christmas, I'm going to have that stock and I'm just going to sit there scratching. I still smoke a little grass here and there. I'm going to get a little high, scratch my scratchers. It's Christmas. And I'm like, he misses the turn too. So then the next one, he almost misses it again. And I'm like, I think our exit's on the right. He just drives across the median. Just drives across the grass, and he's like,
"What?"
Yeah, because he missed the exit a second time. And he's like, "Yeah, I'd rather do this than get a bad rating." And I'm like, "All right, Monty." So we get to the airport. I get out. I'm rocked. I have to get out, and I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he rolls down the window and he says, "Wish me luck." And then he does the scratch off thing. Like he motions the scratch off, and I'm like, yeah, you're going to hit the jackpot. And he says, yeah, right. And then I go in. I can't have any more Monty. So I'm like, this is so fucking sad.
God, you got the full Monty, that's for sure.
But, every rainstorm usually gives birth to a rainbow.
That's true.
Because, brother, okay, I get on the plane. I'm sitting up there. 1F. I got upgraded. It's awesome. I got a seat next to me. No one's getting on.
Small plane, right?
No, this was to Houston, so it was a big plane. I get on. We're sitting there. We're about 5 minutes past when the doors are supposed to shut. And then, wheeling onto the plane, I see a wheelchair come around the bend because I got the doors right there. Dude. Okay, imagine Vern Troyer.
Always.
But a woman.
Now we're talking.
Imagine
that tiniest woman in the world.
Imagine Lois Griffin smushed down to Vern Troyer size. Her feet look like they're attached to her pussy. It's just her feet. Dwarf. She's dwarf in a wheelchair. And she's kind of singing as she comes down. So then,
start spreading the news,
dude. Because I'm like, huh? And they said it was a full flight. So then they dump her out of the chair. They flip her like a pancake out of the griddle. She comes trundling up, literally crawls into her seat, like throws her foot up, and it's right next to me.
Oh, perfect.
Gets in there. She looks up at me. She's got a lazy eye. She's got a lazy eye, Nathan. So she looks up at me and she's like, "You can have the armrest. I can't even reach it." I'm like, "Well, hey, we're quite the pair, huh?" And she says, "Sure are." And then she's talking to me. I'm going to say her name's Tanya, but all that matters is her last name's Carlisle. Her name's Tanya Carlisle. All right? And she's like, "Yeah, well, plenty of room over here." You know, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I got high after I hung out with Monty because I needed to fucking wipe my brain. It's early. I want to fall asleep. But no one's sleeping on this flight because I'm next to Tanya Carlisle. So her dad and her mom or her nurse and another guy, you know, they get on and they're like, "You got everything you need, Tanya?" And she's like, "Oh, sure. I got everything I need. I'm sure he'll help me out if I need to reach the overhead." I'm like, "Anything you need, Tanya." It's awesome. She's got a crazy fisheye. She keeps looking at me without turning her head. It's nuts. She's looking up at me, crazy-eyed. I'm like, this is as good as it gets. You know, she's like, what'd she say? Do they serve breakfast? I was like, yeah, I think so. It's a 3-hour flight. And she's like, all right. Hopefully the spoon's not too big. Like, she's killing. Like, these are her bits. She reveals that she's a motivational speaker. She's going
Boys
to
and Girls
Houston.
Club.
No, I don't know. She should be in the Boys and Girls
lying.
Club. Yeah.
She's like you. She's lying.
She's just lying. She's not actually small. She's actually huge. She's wearing like a mirror suit. So
it's David Blaine.
She's sitting there. The plane takes off. You know, I have my earbuds in, but I'm ready if she needs to talk. We're talking a little bit. About 20 minutes after they turn off the seatbelt thing, mom or nurse comes back and says, "You got everything you need, Kookie?" And I'm like, you know, pause so I can hear. And she's like, "Oh, I got everything I need." And she's like, "All right, let me know if you need anything, Kookie." And then she turns to me and she goes, "Yeah, that's mine. They call me Kookie. Kookie Carlisle." And I lost it, dude. I laughed so loud on that airplane that it must have woke people up in the back row.
You scared her like Susanna.
Like Susanna farting on the bench.
She runs away.
Dude, if she would have ran away, I would have had a heart attack. If I would have spooked her and
she would have hopped down.
Yeah. And she talks like, you know, she has the little guy voice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Kookie, you know, I'm a bit crazy. They used to call me Crazy Carlisle, but I said, I don't like that. I'm not mental. And I'm just listening. So I'm sitting there with Kookie Carlisle.
It's not time to talk.
No, it is time to listen. So Kookie Carlisle melts my brain, and then I'm like, all right, Tanya. And she's like, "Call me Kookie." I'm like, all right, I'm going to try and get some sleep over here, Kookie. She's like, all right. And then she just sits there, and she like nods off, and her little head's just bobbling all over her little shoulders. And then I'm like worried that she's going to like snap her neck or something. Because like,
what?
I got kind of scared because she was like,
that's how we all sleep on planes.
I guess, dude. But her head was so
just like
big.
us.
Anyway, I didn't sleep a wink because I had Kookie Carlisle next to me the whole time. Shout out Kookie Carlisle.
Drooling on your thigh.
Dude, just curled up in my lap like a cat. If first of all, if she lives a public life, don't harass Kookie Carlisle. All right, but if you do find her, please send a DM because I'd like to follow her and say, "Hey, hope you made it all right, Kookie.
Let's take it on the road."
Kookie, we got to do something.
Yeah, she was going to Houston.
She's going to Houston. Yeah. So Kookie Carlisle rocked my socks. And then the next flight, I get on, and there's this huge dude behind me.
Yeah,
and I go to load the overhead, and I hear him say, "Oh boy." And then this is a small regional flight from Houston to Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah.
I get against the window, again, upgraded first class, and then the Eclipse sits down next to me, and I'm immediately pissed. I'm so pissed. He's so big.
This is not Kookie.
He's like, not much for first class, huh? And I was like, yeah. Literally. Vampire in his coffin bed.
Trying to shrink your shoulder, your width.
And he says, "Yeah, I'm a lot of beef." And it's like, I wanted to be like, dude, yes, you are literally the size of a cow. You were cow-sized, and you're sitting up here. You need a whole row, bro. I wanted to tell him you need a whole row.
Yeah.
So at the end of the flight, hour and a half later, the fucking lady keeps looking at me over him. He's like sitting like this to try and give me space, but he's still just humongo, bleeding over into me.
Yeah.
And we land, and the bell dings, and he takes off his 8 seatbelts he's wearing, and he says, "Well, we made it." And I say, "Man, you need 2." And he's like, "What? What do you mean? 2 belts?" I'm like, "No, you need, dude. It's me. You need 2 seats.
No judgment.
No judgment. You need 2 seats." And he says, "Well, I usually sit up front." And I was like, "You need 2." I wanted to say, this is a human rights violation. What you just did to me. They should take you off.
You could feel his heat the whole time, and
it was literally like they took a whole side of beef off the pit and plopped it next to me. He's so fucking warm.
You're the pit master.
I was not. No, I was the coals, and he was roasting over me. He was just dripping his drippings on me. He drank again, I couldn't sleep, so I was so uncomfortable. He must have had 7 Dr. Peppers on that flight.
Oh, God.
Maybe 5. 5 at least.
In an hour and a half.
An hour and a half. He just keeps...
Can.
Another Dr. Pepper.
The can?
Can of Dr. Pepper.
That's a lot of DP.
It's 10 a.m.
Yeah.
He's had 5 Dr.
Pepper.
Coffee. He doesn't like coffee. No. Yeah, and I've never... Look, I'm a huge fat guy. I've done what he's done to people.
Yeah.
But after going from Kookie Carlisle not being able to sleep to then sitting next to the beef, the cow-sized man, I said, "You need 2. 2 seats? No, you need 2 seats." "You think so?" "Yeah, you need 2.
He's rocked.
He's rocked.
He writes it down. 2 seats, ?
Yeah.
Underlines.
I mean, when he sat up, it's low over your head. So I'm bent over, waiting to get the fuck out of this, because he stands up, he's blocking the entire doorway. But I'm bent over, and my head's right by where he sat for an hour and a half.
Oh, no.
Reeks. Reeks. And not in a fun way like we sometimes reek, where it's like, oh, take a shot. Medically reeks. His ass is made of Kuatos. He was bleeding and shitting the whole... I lean over. I often do the move where I lean over, hey, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, letting everyone know I exist. And I'm right there, and I'm like, oh fuck. So now I have to sit back down. You need 2. That's as brave as I've ever been. Telling another fat guy. I was like, look, I'm huge. I know. You need 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully he comes to the shows tonight. I can be like, there he is. He's a lot of beef.
Get him. Everybody get him.
Tear him apart.
If you care about me at all.
I will perform. I will marry you and your girlfriend.
Bring me
I will come to your wedding. To the man who kills beef. I wanted him dead. When I got off too, the lady, the stewardess, gives me and I go, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was trying to do Kramer, but it was more like Macho Man.
Oh, yeah. Jerry. Oh, yeah, brother. Yeah, I hated him.
I got to hit my classic trademark phrase on a plane. I'm leaving as well.
Yeah.
I had a guy, old man, Air Force jacket, Air Force hat, stands up immediately. He's pretty tall, which I understand, getting up as soon as you can, and then waiting for your turn. But he is shuffling and spinning a little bit, and his ass is right here, and I'm playing Yahtzee,
right? And
I have music on. But his wife,
your huge medical headphones are on.
They're just headphones. Yeah. They're not earbuds. I don't like earbuds. His wife must have said, "Your ass is right in this guy's face. He's gonna kill you." Because he is trying to see what's going on back there, and she's like, "But trust me." Yeah. But they at least waited until it was their time to go. Meanwhile, there's people behind me just
chomping at the bit.
Yeah, it's like they're fucking running in place.
Like
they're
dogs on leashes.
They're getting ready to just fucking blast by me. And this woman is right on top of that. As if
there's a hot fudge fountain at the end of the line. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's only 10 of them, and there's 35 people on the flight.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she goes as soon as she can, she cuts off the guy in front of me has waited patiently for this Air Force guy and his huge ass to get by.
Because he's a hero.
And then,
Yeah.
Because he only killed the bad guys.
Right, yeah. Some of those kids
bad Japanese
were thinking about it.
But, just right on top of the couple next to me, and they go, it's a woman and then a man, and I just say twice, I'm just like, oh yeah, no, I'm also getting off the plane.
Yeah.
I was gonna get off the plane, and then a woman behind me goes, well, they're elderly, and so I go, yeah, all right. and I keep it moving, and then it's a fucking traffic jam immediately out of the plane because all of these old people who are in such a rush
waiting for their chair
are getting a wheelchair, and it's like, why? They're waiting for you. Take your time.
Yeah, shine your shoes.
I understand giving someone some time, like that couple next to me. It took them a sec to get up and grab their stuff. So that's fine, but to go cut me off
and then jam it up
and then have
on
somebody
the walkway
act like I'm a dickhead for saying, "Hey, I'm also exiting this plane. I don't live here.
Yeah.
This isn't my stop. I'm not going to curl up and watch a movie while you guys.
This isn't a timeshare, dipshits."
Yeah. I get hit with they're elderly, and so they what?
Yeah.
They need to get off the plane faster so that they can sit down again sooner, like whatever.
Also, they need to get on the plane first, but then they also need to get off the plane first. That's not the agreement we've made. Mm-hmm. Yeah, John Locke would be so pissed right now. Social contract theory exploded.
It was a whole lot of...
Is that Locke? Yeah, it wasn't Hobbes.
Social contract was... Yeah. Hobbes was life is brutish.
Right, yeah.
Short.
It was just Ayn Rand.
And something. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I went chest to chest on a teen recently on a flight. Did I tell you about that?
No.
Yeah, this kid tried to jam, and I saw him coming. I was watching him.
From the back of the
plane?
I
don't know where he's coming, but he definitely had cut some people already.
Yeah.
He's trying to get off. Yeah. And I just went and turned to him and went chest to chest. And then as I'm looking at him, I grab my bag out and grab it. And then as I turn, it's on my shoulder. I swang, and I think that it hit him. I did a swing bag put on. Yeah. I think it hit him.
All right.
Yeah, no, I had enough. That wasn't Kookie Carlisle. I would have carried her to her destination if I had to. Yeah, I could have freaked the mighty.
Like your Puerto Rican friend on the couch. You and Kookie.
Come on, just feel it. Just feel it, man. Yeah, grabs my hand. Gives it a squeeze. Kookie Carlisle. I miss her, dude.
You should have exchanged information.
No. She must... Either she was doing a speaking engagement in Detroit or she lives there, but I'm hoping that I see Kookie and her nurse and or mother and father again.
Track her down.
Yeah.
She'll probably be behind you the next time you go to a Lions game.
Dude, if she was painted blue, I have to just jump in the... I can't... That's like the end of my life. Everything else would just be a downward spiral after seeing Kookie Carlisle painted blue going crazy behind me.
All right, folks. One lucky fan has been chosen to be the football in the next field goal attempt. Kookie Carlisle, come out to the 35-yard line.
Dude, they do Simba Cam at the game where everyone holds up their babies as they play the song. If Kookie was there... Her googly eye, they just zoom slowly up. They call me Kookie.
Oh, shit.
Where are we at time-wise?
Oh, it's about that time. It's about that time to wrap up, to say goodbye.
Wrap up this way. Watch Andrew Polk's special on my YouTube. It's very good.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait for it to surpass my
It's already at 6,000 views. Yep, it's cooking over there.
He has 850 Instagram followers. Practically a recluse, but, he got the Sam Tallent bump.
Well, he's just not allowed on most social media sites after some of the funniest things he said went viral.
But yeah, God bless him. I'm sure it's very funny. I haven't watched it. I've been busy.
It's like a half hour. Watch it.
I'll watch it.
Quit doing memes about the CEO killer and...
I've been shouting out and sharing people's Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah,
because for the last few years, that has been a fun few days.
Yep.
to see us at number one or 2 or 3, but really being at the top.
It's always like number 1, us, number 2, Tucker Carlson, number 3, Jordan
Wars.
Peterson, number 4, War Mode.
Andrew Tate.
Just wearing all the free podcast merch ever. Shout out Scuff Realtor.
Oh yeah, I was wearing my Comedy Works hoodie when Chris from the Blue Room picked me up in his Comedy Store hoodie.
Yeah. Dude, I can't wait to see you interact with Chris.
He's a handsome guy.
He's holding up. He has those twinkly eyes.
Good looking guy.
Yeah. Watch Polk's special. Oh, do you want to mention that very funny tweet that you sent to the group chat? You screenshot it?
Yeah, just with all of the fun stuff.
Yeah.
That people have had to say following the murder of that United Healthcare CEO.
Yes.
Some people just have that extra gear. When you think that every little
thing you do is
string
magic.
from the ball of yarn has been pulled out.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's
when you think that Sweater Song's finally at the last guitar solo.
This was from an up-and-coming comedian. You know healthcare is getting bad when CEOs of insurance companies are getting shot.
Check and mate. Put it in a packet. Send it to John Oliver.
What the...
You're going to have the next share of The Daily Show with that one.
Just nothing. Just nothing at all.
Also,
no, not that one.
No, this one's funny too.
Oh, yeah, dude.
There was another guy who's...
amongst all of the number 1, Chubby Behemoth, top of the pod.
Number 5
so
for this person, Stavi's World. Number 4, My Mama Told Me, Dave Borey. Number 3, The Daily Zeitgeist. Number 2, Chubby Behemoth.
Not bad.
Number 1.
You would never guess in a trillion years.
Ever. No.
The Dollop? No. Matt and Shane? No.
No. Last Podcast on the Left.
Armchair Expert with
Right.
Dak Shepard?
Yeah.
No.
Joe Rogan, maybe?
Yeah.
Nope. Broke Down Garage. The Jake Becker vehicle, Broke Down Garage.
This guy goes back and forth between Becker and Becker.
Can't get enough Becker.
He must talk a lot on Broke Down Garage because it's just him and Brent.
Yeah, Brent never talks.
No, I'm saying like it's not like Chubby B where he gets in there once or twice an episode. Mm-hmm. He's like talking a lot on that podcast.
He's driving the Broke Down Garage,
calling things gay or wops or whatever.
Yeah, just doing all of our bits.
That car's a
spy. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy. I should probably send this to
the FBI.
Homeland
We found
Security.
the shooter.
If you're thinking about checking out Broke Down Garage, might I suggest our Patreon instead?
Literally anything else. Might I suggest just punching
scratchers.
yourself in the thigh?
Put some scratchers in a stocking and give it to yourself.
You just buy $1 to $5 a day. Doesn't matter as long as you get at least one. You put it in that, and you're gonna sit there and you're gonna scratch. And you guess what? At that point, you might have 40 days of sobriety. Who knows? It's a little reward for you. Something to look forward to. Jesus Christ, Monty. Yeah, get on the Patreon. It's excellent. We're like the best podcast in the game.
4 years of Patreon episodes are waiting for you, so get in there. Some of the best ones are Patreon episodes.
Yeah, it's awesome. Get over there. If you want to see me, come to Akron. Oh, the Detroit show. We're doing it this upcoming Wednesday, the 11th and the 18th. Akron, I'll be there the 12th at the Cuyahoga Comedy Stop, I think. Dallas Hyenas, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Honolulu, Des Moines, Tokyo.
Honolulu to Des Moines.
Yeah,
Tokyo.
classic. Yeah, I'm going to do a show in Tokyo on there.
One show?
I think so. I guess that the comedy bar Tokyo Comedy Bar doesn't let Americans do shows anymore because they get terrible reviews. Because everyone just does the same thing where they're like, Japanese people, huh?
They're so tiny.
What the hell?
A bunch of kookies over here.
What the hell?
Everybody's a kooky Carlisle. Oh, God.
Buy a t-shirt. I got the Marauder long sleeves on the website. Watch Wide World. Lund, what do you got?
I'll be with you in Dallas.
Oh, shit.
I'll be with you in Milwaukee.
Oh, hell yeah.
At
and
the
Des Moines,
Improv.
Mm-hmm. Unless Pat kills you.
I'll go to Des Moines. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, Susanna, listen to this.
That's my couch. That's where Dayton's gonna sleep.
Well, I put a little chocolate under his pillow. Goodbye.